Hello everybody, welcome back to Tom Talks Stuff. I'm Gleeman Tom, and today we're continuing on, in case you didn't know, with our How to Train Your Dragon week. We started on Monday, today is the midway point, and I've got another discussion for you, so let's just move right in. So yeah, to be completely honest, this video was originally supposed to be what I liked and didn't like about How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now, I enjoyed the movie, but there were some points that just bothered me. And as I was writing my script for the review of the whole movie and to discuss it, I realized that I was actually more interested in talking about smaller, different points in the movie. So I decided I'd actually spread a couple videos out and just discuss those points themselves. And the one in particular I'm going to start with is absolutely that Valka, Hiccup's mom in the movies, is just the worst. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be an unpopular opinion, because as I was putting everything together for this episode, I saw that there was a lot of fan art and cosplay of Valka. So I hope you guys don't hate me too much, but I can only tell you what I honestly feel. That's the whole point of these discussions. Since you probably haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon 2 as recently as I have, I'll give you a little bit of crash course on who Valka is and what her history is. So Valka is Hiccup's mother and Stoic's wife. And she was kind of a dragon activist, something she herself admitted wasn't really popular. Yeah, so whenever there was a dragon fight, she kind of jumped out into the middle of it and tried to stop it, which was irritating everybody. But one day, one of those dragons entered Stoic and her home where a baby Hiccup was staying. So she ran in to defend her child, even though she didn't want to hurt dragons, and found the dragon being perfectly nice to Hiccup. And it was only after it was startled that it accidentally scratches him. So Stoic comes in seeing all this and tries to save them, and the dragon, I believe his name is Cloudjumper, takes Valka away. And that kind of encourages and makes Stoic's such vehemence about destroying all the dragons in the first movie very plausible. Interestingly enough, this might be the reason no one mentions Valka's name in the first movie, except Stoic himself. And you kind of got to wonder if the villagers were talking about it behind their back, because it's made clear in How to Train Your Dragons 2 that whenever Valka left the house during a dragon raid or a dragon fight, things went wrong because she kind of interfered and caused problems. And you gotta wonder if people were kind of thinking like mother, like son with Hiccup, because it's made clear, especially if you listen to the commentary of the first movie, that everybody kind of sees Hiccup as a pariah and nuisance, because every time there's a dragon raid and Hiccup comes out of the house, trouble and chaos ensue. So by the next time we see Valka in the nest of the Bewilderbeast, almost 20 years have passed. Like, it's being clear that Hiccup was a newborn baby, or at least a very young infant. So 19 years at least. And she never came home. Which is ridiculous. I mean, it's made clear when you see how Hiccup travels that you can make it to this place in a day. She was within flying distance of Burke and never came home. And if you're thinking, Gleeman, she tried everything she could and no one would listen to her. So she decided to abandon that part of her life. Exactly. She decided to abandon that part of her life. She did not want to go home. She loved her husband. She loved her son. But I think she loved dragons more. And given the opportunity to live with them and learn about them and explore about them was more important than her husband and son. Because for when this movie takes place, we know that there's been at least 5 years that dragons have been living in peace with the people of Burke. And she has not obviously flown over Burke, even at night, when she could hide, for 5 years. If she had made one glide through, one time wanting to see her husband and son, going over Burke in the last 5 years, she would have seen a difference. But she didn't. Because all she wanted was the dragons. Nothing else. Hiccup and Stoic came second. Oh man, it just bothers me. It always has. She chose dragons over her own family. And dragons are cool and all. And I'm not going to say there's other characters that in other things that we know that wouldn't just lose their minds over a mythical beast and go follow it. Hagrid or Newt, anyone? But she made a clear decision to abandon her family. And that always bothered me. She may not be a horrible person. And she may not be a bad character, but she is not a good mother or wife in this scenario because she just abandoned them. I mean, I would have been more happy with, I'm not cool with this, I'm going to leave and not come back. That would have bugged me less. This was abandonment. This was, we all think you're dead, so I'm going to disappear and do what I want to do. And it just makes me feel bad, because I in little headcanon here, I just imagine Stoic kind of fawning after her like Hiccup does Astrid, and finally going through all the steps and courting her and finally getting married and having a kid, and she just leaves. She used an opportunity to get out of it, and not because she didn't love her husband, or not because she didn't love her son, but because she didn't like her environment. I mean, we learned from Hiccup and Stoic that if she had tried hard enough, she might have been able to convince them. But she gave up too soon. And she wasn't using the right methods to convince people. And it just makes me sad. All right, I hear you. Gleeman, enough with all the abandonment talk and all the she left and never came back talk. It happened. Get over it. Besides, when she finally sees Hiccup again for the first time, she's so excited, and she's telling him all she's learned about dragons. And then by the time Stoic comes along, you can really tell she loved that man, because he lays that charm on thick and at once, and he wins over quick. But let's go back to Hiccup first. I'll get to Stoic. Let's go back to Hiccup first. First of all, concerning Hiccup, I'm not 100% why she kidnapped him in the first place. She did not know he was Hiccup at that point. Did she think he was a member of Drago's army, or perhaps another dragon rider, and she was just curious? But she does not find out until he does his little dragon dance with the fire and calms them down and lets them know he's kind of like cool with them, and they get comfortable, and then she does the whole come through knock over Toothless with the chin rubbing, and then she sees the scar, and then oh my god, Hiccup, a mother never forgets. That line I'm not also fond of. And then she does get really excited, and she starts showing him around and showing him off to the Bewilderbeast and introducing him to all her dragons. And then she does that cool thing where she pokes Toothless on the spines, and they like split, and they can kind of flap now, and that's really cool. And it's wonderful and magical, and there's the music, and they're showing each other their maps, and then she pulls a Vader moment. Oh yeah, I said Vader moment. She's like, we can learn everything about all dragons together as mother and son. Father and son? I don't know. I like to call it a Vader moment. And to be honest, she was not including Stoic or any Burke at all in that statement. I mean, Hiccup is still like Burke, but she's just like us, alone. Selfishness. Like, hooray, I got my son back. Now he's mine and mine alone. That's kind of how it came across to me. And then when Stoic finally does show up, she starts making excuses. That's the first thing she does. She's standing almost like cowering against the wall, and he's coming closer, and she's like, Stoic, I know what you expect me to say. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. But how would I know you would ever change, Stoic? And you're... Excuses. Nothing but excuses. She did not deserve Stoic. Nope. There is only one woman who Stoic belongs to. And that's Hiccup's real mother from the book Valhallarama. And funny thing, remember that scene from the first movie where Stoic's all proud of Hiccup and he gives him the helmet and is like, it was your mother's breastplate. It's a matching set. And he touches his own. We know full well that breastplate would not have fit Valka. Okay? You know who it does fit? Valhallarama. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing another video about how Valhallarama is Hiccup's best mom. Totally. That is just going to be such a fun video. Well, guys, that's all I got for you today. That's my thought on Valka, Hiccup's movie mom. If you agreed with me, let me know in the comments below. If you want to yell at me that I'm incredibly wrong, you can put that in the comments below, too. To yell on the comments, it's really easy. All you have to do is put it in all caps. So go ahead and do that. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, discuss, react, do on my channel, put that in the comments below as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video, maybe like, possibly subscribe. It would really help me out. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day wherever you are, morning, evening, or afternoon. I said that out of order, but I don't care. Take care. Peace out. Bye.